Let's now take you out to the scene of the future crime, whether or not the orange, the victim, or the perp. That'll be known around midnight tonight. Mark Larson standing by. He is our witness for the Sweet 16. Mark, joining us from the Blatt and Beer and Table. How's Omaha treating you, Mark? What's going on, everybody? I'm Erik Columbia with the Toyota Sports Report. Inside the Carrier Dome as SU takes on Duke this evening. SU just saw their 5-game winning streak come to an end Tuesday down in Clemson, South Carolina, but they just might have what the doctor ordered today, a date with number 9 Duke and also 31,000 strong inside the friendly confines. Coming into the second round of the ACC tournament against Pitt, no Tyus battle for the Orange. He had a spot right here on the bench, but Orange Empire, they didn't have to fear. Freshman Buddy Boeheim, about midway through the second half, and about this spot on the court, that's where the freshman announced to the rest of the ACC that he is here. Buddy dropping a career-high 20 points and leading SU to the quarterfinals.
I don't know if the weather's all that much better down there than it is here today, so there's that. Now, secondly, so yeah, Zion's back, but I don't think Tyus should play tonight, Erik, even if he's healthy enough.
Well, first of all, Mark, 71 degrees and it's breezy, so it's not too hot, not too cold, perfect, almost San Diego-like weather, if I do say so myself. As for tonight's clash, we are here because after giving up a second-half lead in their last 4 losses, the Syracuse Orange finally flipped the script last night. So if I told you that Syracuse was going to be ranked 13th in the country, your response would probably be like, yeah, the basketball team is going to be really good. I mean, Tyus Battle, O'Shea Brissett, and don't get me started on Elijah Hughes. But hey, I'm talking not about Boeheim, but about Babers.
Let's head up the hill and check in with Erik Columbia. Erik, we know Clemson's got a pretty good football team. Hoop team's not all that bad either.
Yeah, and it's almost like SU is looking right smack dab in a mirror when they look at the Clemson Tigers on the hardwood. Syracuse and Clemson both 10-4 as they enter tonight, but the lone difference is Syracuse is 1-0 in ACC play. The Crunch, they're hoping to get past these recent overtime woes. So the Crunch look to bring in the dirtiest player in the game, Ric Flair, the limousine riding, jet flying, kiss stealing, wheeling, dealing, son of a gun. Woo!
Going back to my analogy, okay, we've had the appetizer, I've gone through that. Wasn't so great, but this should be quite a main course.
Yes, but if it goes badly, the Orange Empire might be writing a strongly worded Yelp review about New York City.
All right, and the cheesecake, I guess, might be the ball game, but we'll get to that later.
For John Clare, the sound of hitting a sweet spot and the rattle of draining a putt are common.
100 through 2, I'll always take that. Always.
But it's not without hard work. This West Genesee and Lemoyne grad is back at his old stomping grounds at the Pompey Golf Club, putting in the practice to better his game.
We'll be good to go. No kid practices making putts for money, you know, or like coming in 5th or 6th to make a big check on the PGA Tour. You practice to make a putt to win.
Earlier this month, John won his 4th straight CNY Open, a record for the event. But it's the Forum Tour where John now has his sights set.
He's what every coach wants to have, a hard worker who's mature beyond his years and has this vision and this dream, and there's nothing wrong with that.
So here you go.
The beginning of those dreams began here on the Pompey Range, hand-picking balls, among other things.
Well, yeah, you take a club with you once in a while, hit some balls, work on your swing.
John's swing took him briefly out of central New York during college, before a health crisis from Joe, his coach, brought John back to Lemoyne.
Within a week, my priorities had changed.
John says he realized it doesn't matter where you play golf as long as you play it well. And the Pompey Club has afforded him the tools necessary to take his game to the next level. And that next level is down in the Sunshine State.
That one was good.
But John, he's still hustling. When not playing, he's on the bag caddying at a local club to make money.
The way I look at it is when I'm out there, I am caddying for them, but at the same time, I'm practicing for myself, you know, how strong the wind feels or how much a putt breaks.
At 26, John isn't putting a timeline on his dream. He says he'll just continue with his sights ahead on the next tournament.
40. Made that shot a little tougher, but I'm all right with a 10-footer. I think I can handle it. Not bad. Can't make them all.
And no matter the result, John's friends at the Pompey Club will be waiting and rooting for him all the same. In Jamesville, Erik, Columbia, localsyr.com. Life can be full of lessons.
I used to hate running, but now I'm actually kind of happy when I come out here and run.
As you get older, you can learn some things about yourself. Just like Tyler, having a love for running is acquired, while having a zest for life is infectious.
He was so happy all the time, and it didn't really make sense how happy he was.
Tyler is talking about his friend Griffin, and Griffin's outlook on life probably traces back to his mom, Erin. Because despite losing Griffin to brain cancer 6 years ago, Erin hasn't let that pain take control of her life.
You could go either way. You could let the cancer destroy you and your family, or you could do something positive with it.
And that something positive has turned into Griffin's Guardians, a nonprofit which helps families affected by pediatric cancer. One of their pillar events has become the Utica Boilermaker. The organization has been awarded 10 charity bibs, and over the last 3 years, those runners have raised nearly $30,000.
I think it just reinforces that Griffin's Guardians just isn't the Engel family making a difference, it's the entire community.
This year, thanks to the pandemic, the organization has had to get creative in their planning, choosing to make the event virtual and run the Boilermaker locally.
The cause and the mission of why these runners are running under the charity bib program through the Boilermaker, that hasn't changed. These runners are running for kids with cancer, kids that have passed away from it, and kids who have yet to be diagnosed.
Kids just like Tyler's friend Griffin, a light that shines so bright, it continues to lead the way for those in need today.
Griffin's legacy is not over. You know, he impacted so many people during his battle that I knew that he could continue to inspire so many to come together to form Griffin's Guardians and to make it so successful.
In Cicero, Erik, Columbia, Spectrum News. Sometimes life comes at you fast. For Herman Garrick of Utica, he knows that all too well. His journey has been filled with unexpected change. But he just keeps on moving.
I'm just kind of getting into my comfort zone. This is not the most comfortable position. Often people go, man, you got the chair like Alexis. It's like, no, not really. It's kind of like more like a Formula One.
And getting this high-performance machine around town, well, that can be a process. Each training day, Herman independently hauls his racing chair to practice. Now that might sound like a bit of a process for those unfamiliar with Herman. But let me tell you, his backstory is filled with resolve.
It was just basically a lot of physical therapy and going through surgeries and stuff early on.
Originally from Bosnia, Herman was injured when he was hit with grenade shrapnel. His ambulance then subsequently had an accident causing him to be paralyzed. A monumental moment, but as he says, not a defining one.
If you feel sorry for yourself, I gotta tell you, that's a rude awakening because life isn't just gonna hand you things.
After moving to Utica, Herman found racing as a teen. He competed in his first Boilermaker, winning a chair similar to the one he has now. But just like life, racing also has its own challenges.
It's probably the hardest part, putting on these gloves.
Why is that?
It's just so annoying. The other ones you just kind of grab, other gloves. Alrighty.
This weekend was supposed to be Herman's 15th consecutive Boilermaker, but thanks to COVID, the event has gone virtual, which is just another challenge he's taken in stride.
My goal is just to continue my training, stay healthy until we're able to go outside and race.
In Utica, Erik, Columbia, Spectrum News. What's going on, everybody? I'm Erik, Columbia. Welcome to Toyota Sports Night. After what happened at MSG earlier this month, the Orange's roadie in Columbus tonight, that much more important. And with one final chance to score an important non-conference win away from the Carrier Dome, the Orange get the job done.
Orange Empire, presented by NYCM Insurance.
Jim Boeheim's bunch looking pretty good tonight. The first half, a little bit of a different story, at least for a little bit. Early fouls leading to a ton of Marek Dolezaj time, and the sophomore who just had 2 threes all last season, dropping 2 from behind the arc in the first half alone. Marek with all of his 8 points in that first half, though SU would trail by 2. Second half, the 3-ball continuing to be the difference. O'Shea Brissett banging home 3 of his 14. Brissy with a solid night, 4 of 7 from the floor. The story of this half, though, Elijah Hughes taking over for a stretch. Hitting a 3-ball. They had 11 of them on the night. Then in transition, the hoop and the harm. Hughes helping spark an 11-0 run. Here's one more 3-ball for good measure as Elijah has 18 points. That's only bested by this guy, Tyus Battle, dropping the hammer with around 4:30 to go. What a shot. Battle with a game-high 20 points. Syracuse improving to 4-2 after a 10-point road win over previously unbeaten Ohio State. Pat Beeline and Lemoyne dueling at St. Rose. Lemoyne wasting no time. Tom Brown from behind the arc knocking down the tray, part of a 15-point night for the junior. Finns up 3. How about Kobe Wandu having himself an evening? Gets the circus shot to go, and he's just getting warmed up. The East Stroudsburg transfer knocking down a quick pair of 3s to put Lemoyne up 9. He leads everybody with 21 as Lemoyne scores a road win over a rival, 77-60. The ladies also in action tonight against the Golden Knights. Pick things up in the fourth. Visitors trailing 46-44. CNS grad Michaela Roberts getting to the rack for 2 of her team-high 19, and we are all square. Still tie game. 1.5 seconds left. St. Rose at the line. Zoe McDonald hits 1 and 2. St. Rose has the advantage. Lemoyne looking for the win. South Jeff product. Jenna Zimmerman shot just off the mark. St. Rose wins in a thriller, 53-52. Take a look at the calendar. Yep, it's time for high school hoops already. Kevin King and his 2-time reigning Section 3 champs, West Hill, beginning the year against Skinny Atlas. Zachariah Brown leading the charge for West Hill, puts up a couple buckets in the first half, leading the Warriors with 17 points tonight. Skinny causing problems on the glass. Jack Comer picking up the board and the bucket. Jack Canty then stealing the show. Canty coasting his way into the lane for 2 of his 17 as the Lakers head into the break up 4, and they keep things rolling in the second half, scoring the early season upset 64-56. Let's keep things going out east. CBA hosting West Genesee in their opener. Wildcats trailing by 9. Jack McClain cutting into it with the deuce. The run continuing for West Gen. Adam Dudzinski. Long 3-ball here, final seconds of the first. Brothers looking for the last shots. They're going to get it. Aaron Clendenin just beating the buzzer. He led his squad with 19 points, but it's not enough. Another early season upset as West Jenny pulls away, beating the Bros 62-52. For the first time in 15 years, the FCS playoffs, they're coming to Colgate. The Raiders out on their snow-covered field earlier today and gearing up for their matchup with James Madison. Colgate, they're the 8th seed, so they're hosting in their 11th playoff appearance of all time. The bye, plus that home field advantage, that has the Raiders pumped to get underway on Saturday.
It showed that all the hard work that we put in this year was, was recognized by the committee, and we appreciate that from them. And this is something that we wanted from the start of the season, and we feel like we're in a good position right now.
It's been cold, as you can see, but I mean, if you sign up to play Colgate football, you sign up to play in this, and you expect to play in this, and so it means nothing to us. We're just used to it, and we're excited to play out here.
Going to take playoff football any way you can get it when you're a senior. Gate and JMU kick off Saturday, 1 p.m. You can watch it over on ESPN3. Down in bingo, Thatcher Demko back in the Comets lineup against the B-Devils. Midway through the first, and it's Michael McLeod. His shot turned away, but Nathan Bastian not giving up. He gives the B-Devs an early advantage. Fast forward to the final minute of the frame, and the Comets on the power play. Brendan Gauntz there for the deflection. We are all knotted at 1. Now in the second, it's a power play for Bingo. John Quenville, the laser. B-Devils retake the lead. And here's some more B-Devils offense for good measure. Quick passing, finding Igor Sorangovic. Gets past Thatcher Demko. The B-Devs double up the Comets, 4-2. Time for a quick break here on Sports Night. We are not done with the basketball. When we come back, we're going to check in with Cornell. They try to get their 4th win of the season. But first, here's your Weather on the Ones forecast.